Hey guys, Scott here. Before the video continues, I just want to say a quick shout out and thank you to our sponsors. Project EXT has been instrumental in helping us support both the Digimon and Dragon Ball communities with tournaments and product, as well as giving you a discounted price. You can find the link below with the code LPG5OFF on orders over 50 USD. We'd also like to thank Card Market for providing us with vouchers. For those who are just signing up to Card Market, we also have vouchers to give you a little bit extra to start buying with. Card Market, one of the best places to get singles in Europe. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys, welcome to London Players Guild. Today we have more spoilers. So, Special Anniversary Box 2020 is coming out. I think that's the official name of the product. And they started spoiling some cards. So they started early on with the Red Vegeta support, and today we have a support for, as they said, a fan favorite leader, which I was actually never really a big fan of. I liked some of their support cards, but this particular one I was never a fan of. Nevertheless, let's see the cards and let's see what they do. So the first card is a Restoration. Restoration is a blue extra card that costs one blue. It's a counter attack, you negate the attack, then if your leader card is a blue Android 21 and you have a blue-green multicolor card in your energy, choose up to one Android 16 card with energy cost 2 or less in your hand and play it. So there's only two Android 21 leaders, and I think this one is specifically for the starter one, which was working with ramping and just having generally more stuff in their energy, swapping their energy, etc. And there's multiple cards, there's 3 cards exactly you can play with it, but one is a super combo, one checks for leader being green and having a yellow energy on top of that. And then there is of course Android 16 energy amplification. So when you play him, if you have a blue-green multicolor in your energy already, which is the requirement for restoration, you charge the top card of your deck in rest mode, and then you can play cards with power starting at 30,000 ending at 35,000. Android 21 recently lost their boss monster, the 8-drop Violent Predator. So they do need a new boss monster. They did get one, I'm going to go over that in a moment. But yeah, it's essentially the play is you negate their attack, then you play your card and you ramp, and you can do it on turn 1. You can do it on turn 1 right now, yes. So the card is strong. I don't think it's amazing because it requires you to draw a specific card, and that's the only card you can play with this effect. It's decent, I mean, it's a negate, right? Nothing to write home about. It negates an attack, and that's about that. It can play the Android 16. If you draw Android 16 at the beginning of your turn, then you're just sad. And then we go to Super 17, Hell's Ultimate Weapon. So this is a multicolor blue-green. He costs 5, 1 blue, 1 green. 25,000 power, so you can play him in Super 17, not Super 17, in Android 21 deck. He has energy exhaust, but he also has a permanent that says if your leader card is a blue Android 21, you negate this card's energy exhaust skill in all areas, which is amazing. For this skill on its own, it's a turn 1 multicolor card that you can charge. So you can charge this, you can use the restoration immediately. I mean, as soon as your opponent attacks, of course, but then you can play Android 16 on turn 1. Just because you were able to charge this. Of course, 4 copies of this in your deck. And then it has Activate Main. You can pay 2 blue, 2 green, and 3 of any color, so total of 7 energy. You play this card from your energy area, then play up to 3 Android cards with energy cost of 5 or less from your energy area. So there is multiple cards you can play because you charged some cards because you want them in your energy. And yeah, this card is played from the energy as well. So you play a total of 4 cards from your energy. They're all 5 drops. 5 drops or less, actually. So technically, if you build your deck correctly with some of the older green Android stuff, you could potentially go into Celzino with this, because it can cost 5 or less, so you can actually play the 12 total mono green cards. The obvious target is Android 21, a Bad Omen. So this card has activate main, pay 2 blue and 2 green, and play this card from your energy. And then when this card is played, you can choose one card in your energy, place it in the drop area, and you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and one of your opponent's life and place them in the owner's drop area. Now I need to point out that if you're going to Super 17 from your energy, you're down to 6. Then you played 3 Bad Omens, which is the ideal situation. You're down to 3 energy, and then you remove the last 3 energy. You essentially used up all 7 of your energy to burn your opponent for free. It is an amazing win con, but it can still be stopped. Yeah. If your opponent activates Super 17, you activate Cold Bloodlust or Royal Condemnation or anything. None of those cards have protection. None of those cards have deflect. All of those, all of those are just doing what they're doing. It is 25,000. They can still attack, so there's still 4 attacks there. Another card I want to point out that can be played is Mirror Explosion of Energy. So this is weird, but Mirror is an android. He costs 5. He has 25,000 power, so he goes in all of those. He ticks all of those boxes for Super 17 in the whole deck. He has critical and barrier, and when this card is played, your opponent chooses 2 cards in hand and sends them to their warp. And then once per turn, you can choose 2 cards in your hand, send them to the warp, and negate the attack of your opponents. So this is an additional strategy you can do. The problem with this card is it's black, so it doesn't provide you any colors, so it's way harder to bring out Super 17. But if you just play 3 of them and that's your only black card in the deck, it's way easier. And Super 17 provides one of the colors that you need either way. Yeah. It's an additional target beside the Bad Omen. Not Good Omen, the Bad Omen. I really like the design of the cards. The Super 17 is sort of a new boss monster for Android 21, and that's what it should be. The fact that to make that play and burn your opponent for free life, you need to burn all 7 of your energy is scary, and I don't think it's going to see play. I don't think it's going to be consistent enough. I don't think it's going to be good enough. That being said, it's nice to see that Android 21 is getting some love, because it is one of the more fun decks, although I would prefer to see a support more for the clone deck, for the clone token deck rather than this. But you get what you can get. And now for a look on how the market looks on the cards I was just talking about. So starting with, I think the wrong one, there we go. So starting with Android 16 Energy Amplification, the normal version. The French ones, as we can see, are just around €4, which are legal in Europe. In States, you can only use the English ones, which are still fairly alright, around €5. So the cards are not going up by awful lot, although some people are already selling them for over a tenner. Italian ones are actually quite expensive. I don't know why. There's some expensive French ones, but generally, as you can see, you can get them fairly cheap for now if you want to be using them. If you want an SPR version, they are, again, the French ones are fairly cheap, Italians are fairly cheap. English ones are at £15. Oh, €15, sorry. And I don't think there's a cheaper one. So, again, yeah, they're like 15 to 20. So, those are, if you want to be playing them, they are already, I mean, they dropped in price, but mostly because there's lots of cheap French ones. If you want the English ones, they're still fairly expensive. Then a Bad Omen, which is not starter deck, an expert deck exclusive. Again, they're not very expensive, but I'm sure the expert decks are already gone. I don't think the expert decks are in sale anymore. So those probably will go up in price. You can find apparently a French foils are for 150. There is some English ones. Then there is another French foil for €2. English foil €2. So you can get them at a decent price. The most expensive one are €12 for whatever reason. That's for the foil. That's the price of the starter deck, expert deck. So that's that's rich. Some people do that. Some people sell for that. Yeah. And for the last card, Mirror Explosion of Energy. This card is going to be really cheap because it's a common from a brand new set. So as you can see, it's just a couple of cents. I think a couple of them might see play. The foils, as you can see, are going up for 50 cents and more. So that's fine. We can see more results here. But yeah, someone is selling them for €2 each. On foil, but foils are a bit in the air. We don't really know how to price the foils yet because they look different, they work a bit different. But yeah, that's the market. So if you wanted to grab those cards, I think you might want to grab the Bad Omens. I think they might see a spike in price, but that's entirely up to you. If you want to be playing that, then make sure to go and check that out. What cards do you think are the best so far? Do you enjoy the new Android 21 support? Let us know down in the comments, and thanks for watching.
Scott back again here, this time at the end of the video. Thanks again to our sponsors, and I hope you just enjoyed the video. This time I've got to ramble about what's in the description. So we've got our Facebook, our Twitch, our Patreon, our website. It's all down there, as well as the links to our sponsors, any guests or any special credits, and as always our community links are in there also. So our Discord, as well as the Digimon Facebook group and Dragon Ball Facebook group. More may be added in the future. Maybe, I don't know. This is past Scott. Future Scott could do whatever he wants. He's probably not going to do whatever he wants. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time.